we have sold many properties on privateproperty.co.za, mostly in the South Coast area, and it's been an absolutely splendid experience so far using the website, opening up the database that has actually created for more sales, in the future. So I've been quite happy with it. I think this was a Google search. If not, if my wife may have actually brought it up, one of the two, because we were, I think, early 2011, venturing into this property speculating and wanted something other than agents to try and sell and market properties. And we looked at the website and went into it, got on with a consultant and listed the property. Very simple, actually. Selling privately allows me to reach a broader, what would be a spectrum of clients. As an example, the most recent of my sales was to a couple in Qatar that actually used privateproperty.co.za and bought the property at the moment. And so it reaches a lot more further than just your local agents and so forth. So I'm quite happy with how far it can go. I have been onto the new website. It's much easier to use, much more user-friendly, if you were to say. And I've got a property listed at the moment on that website, and it's been good. It's been good. We have been using, to list the property, we have been using your consultants. You have an online consultant, very easy to get online and try and get them to actually come home or over to the property and actually take some photos. It's very simple. An invoice is sent, you pay the invoice, and within a day or two, the property is on the website. Thereafter, if you wish to modify your listing, you can go in yourself and as a user and change whatever it is that you would like to change. If you're failing in doing so by yourself, as I said, there's an online chat that you could have with a consultant that will help you quite simply. Yes, I have done the virtual tours. I found that it's actually a better or an alternative to just the photos. The package works better. It increases the capacity in which the purchaser can actually view the property and gives them an actual tour of room to room with a floor map and a diagram and have a better understanding of the property that they want to purchase. You must understand that some of these people or the purchasers are from all around the country or even internationally and may not actually be able to come to visit this property. May have an understanding of the area and the property itself, but the virtual tour gives them a immediate direct feel of what the property is. And so I will continue to use the virtual tours. Yeah. I think it's about 5 properties through private property, of about 10 in the last year and a half. But not to take away the other 5, even though we're sold privately through friends and agents, it was listed and was quite certainly, if it didn't go through an agent or a friend or referral pattern, would have surely been sold through private property, because I was still getting questioned after transactions or process of transactions if the property was still available. They would like to make an offer, but unfortunately it didn't work that way. But to answer your question, I've sold 5 properties through privately. Yeah. Most certainly, I would recommend private property to sell or buy a home. Even I think that there's a rental as well, a portion of it. I think it's very user-friendly, very easy to get assistance on questions that you may have. And I would definitely recommend private property to anybody I know. The easiest part is where you could do it yourself if you're not doing the virtual tour and upload photos. But I think that because we have, or private property has, an agent coming out to do your photos and your listings, it's done so simply. In that you don't really have to do much but pay the invoice or just see which photos you do or do not want in there, and that's it. It's done. And it takes a day or two and then it's on the sites. And the other part of it is to the exposure. And if you go with the virtual tours and you watch the number of views that you are having on the property, it actually catapults. So yeah, that's what I like about it. So I think that the featured listing is a great initiative within the private property website. I have used that as well. It does increase your viewers. The one negative was, I think, that the featured listing had taken over what used to be the auction online on the private property sites. That I found was actually more lucrative. I've had much more viewers and much more sales, if you look at the sales of my properties, using the auction site. So it's something that needs to be looked on by the designers of the website or your marketing as to why. And if it could not be added in as another incentive on a package, you know, it's something that you guys will have to look at. I buy a lot of properties in share-of auctions. Within the North Coast and the South Coast. Most of them are repossessed properties taken on by the banks and so forth, body corporates. Buy them up, do them up, and then list it on the website. So yeah.